everyone. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Hope we're doing well, Jordan. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Lack as well, of course. Welcome to the stream. Just getting the last couple of things set up here, and then we will be ready to rock. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's do this thing then, guys. So you join me here at Denver. Oh my god, the camera is zoomed out like crazy. Wow. Oh, I completely forgot I used this this lens yesterday for a shoot, so it's all a bit skewy whiff. Right, okay, we're good to go. Okay, so you're joining me here at Denver International Airport in Colorado. And today we've got a pretty cool route lined up actually in the Citation CJ4. We're going to be doing basically a flight from here in Denver. As you can see, we're parked up here at the sort of GA apron just in front of the executive terminal right here. And you can kind of see the main airport there off in the distance. Looking pretty spectacular at night, I might say so myself. Using live weather and live time today, so the sun is just coming up here in Colorado. As you can see, it's very cloudy, so it's going to be an interesting one because we are going to be flying into the mountains, so it should be pretty interesting. Good afternoon, Dougie. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting today, I think. Yeah, so let's see how we get on. Let's first start getting things set up then. Get some lights on in here. I think we can get some ground power here. Yes, we can. Beautiful. So get that on. Wait, what just happened to the lighting? Is that an external light that just turned off or something? I think it might have been. All right, cool. So let's get things set up. So let's go and set our position. We'll use the GPS. And then we'll bring in our flight plan that I've just filled out on SimBrief. So I'll bring that in. It's a very short flight plan. We're just going over to Aspen first of all, which is, yeah, it's not far away. But it's, yeah, it should be a very interesting approach. It's just over in the mountains that are somewhere over there, but you can't really see it because of all the clouds. So it should be interesting. Let's execute that. Just going to bring up my plan view here so we can see what we're doing. And yeah, so if we look at our legs page, we've literally only got sort of those 3 legs, essentially. We're hoping for 3-4 left for takeoff. In fact, we probably will just take 3-4 left because, I mean, we are on VATSIM, but there's no... I don't think there's any controllers on nearby, so we could just kind of choose what runway we want here. So we'll do that, and it should be quite good. Nina, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Greetings to you in Ohio. Lovely to have you. Bob, thank you very much. I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing well also. So yeah, we'll do a sort of departure briefing and approach briefing as we get underway here. But let's just go in, and I'm going to choose my arrival as well. So I think we're actually going to go for the RNAV. I think the most commonly used one is the localizer east approach. But those localizers, they don't really seem to work that well on the simulator. I think they're a bit messed up. So we're going to go for the RNAV. Foxtrot. We'll actually... Shall we go DBL? Let's see. Now, let's not use the DBL transition because that just gives us a little bit more time to get set up on final. So we will we'll do that. You set me up as a friend, Bob H732. Is that on the simulator, Bob? Is that what you're talking about? All right, cool. So that's the approach setup anyway. We'll set performance figures. We're going to probably have 7 passengers. That's what SimBrief usually likes to do. Oh no, it's actually gone for 6 today, so that's fine. And we'll just clear off that page real quick and set our fuel. Our fuel is going to be at 893 kilograms. Okay, that should do it. Then our payload with our passengers is 463 kilos. There we go. That should do it. Okay, so perfing it. 0 fuel weight 5126 is bang on there. So let's... oh, cruising altitude 340. That is quite the cruising altitude for such a short trip. Anyway, that is correct. So we're going for it. Yo, Mariner, dude, thank you very much for the 500 stars. Absolute legend. Very, very generous. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. That's very, very generous. Good afternoon to you too. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you. All right. So let's get our ATIS from the Denver control. Wind 1 at 14 knots. Temperature is minus 18. Holy balls. And QNH is 29.97. Oh no, that's the... there we go. And then temperature is what? Minus We'll put -17. That's what we're reading here. So it's very cold here in Denver. So yeah, it should be interesting actually once we get towards Aspen. I'll be interested to see what temperature it is when we get there, because I believe there is some sort of cold temperature procedures in place for that airport. So yeah, we'll have to have a look at that once we get there. Okie dokie. So 1015 is the QNH. I'm actually just going to go to our PFD menu and just change the config here and just change this to inches of mercury, because we are in the US. All right, cool. So I think this should actually change as well. Take off. No, it doesn't. For some reason that stays as QNH, but that's fine. All right, so we'll go next. We'll definitely put in the anti-ice on, and we'll send that over yonder. All right, great stuff. Cool, so that's our perf setup, VNAV setup. This is good. Transition altitude in the US is 18,000. And our cruising flight level is 340. So we shall set that momentarily. Transition 180. So that's fine. We've done takeoff. Fuel management we don't need to look at. Flight log we don't need to look at. Approach. We... no, we'll set that up on the way. That's fine. And then I think we are about done. I think there was just one thing that I wanted to put into our legs page before we actually get underway here. So, first of all, let's just take this DBL, even though we didn't select that as a transition. Let's just put it there, and let's just see what that looks like. So, that looks fine. And let's go to our legs. And the bizarre thing about these approaches into whatchamacall, completely forgotten the where we're going, into Aspen, is it doesn't put in the missed approach correctly, and for some reason it doesn't sort of have a terminating waypoint. It just kind of ends at the final approach fix, which is a bit strange. So yeah, we're gonna have to work around that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm just gonna put in our missed approach fixes here, because I am expecting some pretty bad visibility here in Aspen, so it should be pretty spicy. So I want to make sure it's all set up before we actually get into the air. So we're going to put in Linz and Gleno as our... let's put it above case for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we want Gleno as well. And that's where we will hold after doing the missed approach. That's fine. Gonna see if I can clear out this case one as well. Yep, beautiful. Okay, so that looks a bit better. Oh no, it's put Linz as... Oh no, that's correct. Mafmu is the last fix. All right. Beautiful. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the charts then for this route, because there's some pretty interesting stuff that I want to show you guys. All right, so let's jump on over to the flight bag real quick. Bummed about the update. Wanted to see that released yesterday. Yeah, tell me about it. I was looking forward to it as well. But hey ho, what can you do? At least they've put a firm date on it this time. So we'll see what happens. It looks like it's going to be pretty good though. I don't know if you had a look on the development update they released. someone did a bit of a comparison. In fact, we'll go on to it in a second. I'll show you. But it looks pretty insane what they've done with the some of the islands off the coast. All right, cool. So let's have a quick look here. I'm not going to focus too much on the taxiing because bottom line is there's no ATC here, so it's not really a big issue. Now, our flight plan has chosen 34 left, which is all the way over here. In fact, fuck it. We'll taxi over to 34 left just so we can have a look at this airport. It is a payware one, and it is pretty cool. I think this is the first payware airport I got, and I was really impressed with it. So we'll just taxi on round to 34 left, even though we could technically do 35 left, which is right next to us. But we'll just we'll taxi on over to 34 left. That's fine. And yeah, we'll just have a look at this area because it is really cool. And then we're going to be going Econo 7 departure. So essentially, we'll just be taking a left up to Foams, which has got a altitude constraint of 10,000. But I think we're just going to set our climb straight to our cruising flight level of 360 because, again, like I say, there's hardly any traffic here on VATSIM especially. So we'll just go straight up. So that's not an issue. Relatively simple departure, and then following the RNAV waypoints out to Werner. And then we've got one more waypoint after Werner, and that takes us on to our arrival into Aspen. Now, this is where it starts to get pretty interesting. So, if we have a look at what we've got here. So we've got an RNAV approach. I'm going to choose to do the RNAV for the reason I said earlier. Basically because the localizers don't really work properly at Aspen. Now, basically, you would come in. Red table, VOR, DBL is going to be the first fix on the RNAV approach. That's the initial approach fix. And then we're going to go down to Hebep and then Alex. Both are obviously RNAV waypoints. And then down to Mamfu, which is it's the missed approach fix. Alex is the final approach fix. And the glide slope from Alex to Mafmu is 6.49 degrees. So that is double of what a normal glide slope is, essentially. So it should be pretty interesting. Even going at about 100 knots, which was what we're hoping for, we're still going to have to descend at 1,152 feet per minute, which is kind of crazy. So it should be a pretty steep descent into Aspen, and yeah, it should be pretty crazy, to be honest. Luckily, we can land on runway 15, which is straight in, basically. So we don't have to do a circle to land, but yeah, it should be pretty wild. It's kind of, yeah, that's a pretty steep descent angle. That's probably the steepest descent angle I've seen out of any airport ever, to be honest. So it should be quite wild. Airport elevation is 7,800 feet, so pretty high up. It's tucked in to this valley here in the mountains, and it should be, yeah, like I say, pretty spicy. So I'm really looking forward to this. I have done this a couple of times before. I've done it once on VATSIM with controllers and whatnot, and yeah, it's pretty difficult, so it should be good. Good fun. And then obviously arriving into Aspen, it's pretty small airport. However, both these, this airport is one of the handcrafted airports that Asobo have done, so it should be pretty fun to have a look at, and I think it's quite a unique design as it's tucked away in the mountains. So it should be pretty cool. And then just before we get underway here, let's have a quick look at that blog post that I mentioned. Oh no. Oh no, we need to save that till later. Alright, cool. Good morning, Ramsey. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Alright, so I'll bring up that that post real quick. If you have a look at the forums, so I think it was on... Hey, Ramsey, thank you very much for the 50 stars, brother. Very generous. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah, so it was on the dev update, which is here. Now, so they posted this screenshot, right? And that looks pretty cool. I'm not sure which group of islands that is, to be honest, but yeah, pretty cool. Now, I think someone did a comparison further down here, so yeah, so this is what those islands look like currently in the sim. And this is like what they've been upgraded to. So it's pretty... They've really gone to town on this small group of islands. So pretty amazing work, to be honest. So if they continue that across to the other groups of islands that are off the English coast, that would be really impressive to see. And if they've done that to all of the coastline in the UK and made it all sort of really detailed and rocky like that, that would be also freaking insane. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what they've done there. Okay. All right. So I think that's about everything I wanted to catch up on. Yeah. Let's get this thing rocking. So we'll change. We'll keep that to 3-4 left, and we've got our misapproach set. Everything else is good. And just before I forget, because I always do that in this aircraft, we'll set this to 360. Is it Barra? I don't think it is. I'm sure Lack can tell us, because I believe he's from Barra. I think it's actually out Skerries. Let me just check. Yeah, I think it's out Skerries. Yeah, see this. This is a photo of out Skerries. So yeah. Obviously they did say that this was one of the airports they were going to do, so maybe it's only going to be this group of islands that they do this to, but yeah, we'll see. All right, sweet. So let's start getting things rocking. So logo, nav, beacon can come on, and in fact, I'll show you this before I start the engine. So I was messing around with my throttle quadrant here, and you can probably see that I've kind of got rid of the reverser detent. And I think I've shown before on the channel that I've got these custom detents that I had printed for me with a 3D printer. And it gives like, the detents are like further up on the scale here. But I actually found that when you remove the reverser detent, which obviously the CJ4 doesn't have reversers, the detents actually perfectly align with the detents in the CJ4, which is amazing coincidence. So if you have a look here, that's cruise, that's in the first detent here, and then up to climb, and then take off, which is really cool. I think I looked out a bit on that. That was totally unintentional. All right. Cool. So let's start getting underway then. Let's bring up the old checklists. In fact, I'm not going to use these checklists because they don't work after I've done them once. So I'm just going to bring them up on my second monitor here. Yeah, if Barra does look like that, that is going to be absolutely amazing. All right, cool. So before start checklist, battery switch is on, parking brake is set, wheel chocks are removed, cabin door is closed, passenger brief. Let's get that started.
Welcome aboard the Citation CJ4 aircraft.
Exterior lights are on.
Crew will make every effort to make your trip a pleasant one.
The ICAS is checked, FMS is checked and set, climate control is set to off. Alright, so let's get the engines going.
while the no smoking lights are illuminated and prohibited in the
Oops.
lavatory at all times. Aviation regulations require passenger compliance with lighted no smoking and seatbelt signs, placards, as well as flight crew instructions. For taxi, takeoff, and landing, please ensure that your lap belt and shoulder harness are fastened and all portable electronic devices are turned off. Tables, luggage, and loose articles must be stowed and secured. Seats must be in the upright and outboard position, and your headrest extended per instructions located near your seat. To fasten your lap belt, place the flat metal end into the buckle. Pull on the lap belt strap to tighten the lap belt. To fasten the shoulder harness, pull the shoulder harness strap across and in front of you, and hook the metal end on
Might as well
the
set the
stud
trim as well
located near
while
your lap
I
belt.
am looking at the screen.
To release your lap belt, depress the latch release
Right,
on the
cool.
top
So that's one
portion
good
of the
engine
buckle.
start.
To release the shoulder harness, unhook the metal end.
Start the left engine as well.
Because of the possibility of unexpected turbulence, please keep your lap belt securely fastened about you at all times while in your seat. In the event of cabin depressurization,
We shall
oxygen
turn
masks will
the
automatically
ground
drop
power
in the
off.
overhead compartment. Locate the nearest mask, pull the mask down to the full length of the tubing, and place it over your nose and mouth. Adjust
I haven't
masks
actually
by
set my
pulling the
departure
elastic
here, have I?
straps
It's Connor 7.
normally. Don your mask prior to assisting others with their masks. An emergency exit is located at the right side.
So there is actually an altitude constraint at foams here, like we said, but we're just going to ignore it because it's quiet here.
Turn the handle in the clockwise direction. Pull the top of the emergency exit inward, lifting the base out of
All right,
the opening.
so that is
into the
engine
cabin.
one left engine
Discard the emergency
stabilized.
exit overboard. Exit the cabin by stepping through the opening onto the wing.
There we go.
Continue forward.
Cool. So climate control can now come on. The trims are set. Passenger lights safety button can come on in a sec.
First, push in on the inner paddle located above the inner handle.
We've checked the speed brakes and flight controls. Flaps can go to 15.
Door open and lower the stairs to
So
exit.
we'll set that here.
Life vest locations are placarded near your seat. To don the life vest, tear open the storage bag and remove the vest.
We'll put our engine only anti-ice on. Takeoff data is set.
Wrap the strap around the
Avionics
waist.
are set.
Buckle and
Autopilot
tighten the strap.
is set.
Wrap the belt around a leg. Buckle and
Altimeter,
tighten the strap.
we'll just
Inflate the
double
life
check that
vest
by
after
pressing D on the
exiting
keyboard.
plane
That's
by
fine.
pulling downward.
Pressurization
Both
is set.
vest
And
If the life vest fails to
EICAS is
inflate,
checked.
blow into the manual inflation tubes attached to the vest.
And that is the before
For
taxi
information on the
checklist
location and
complete.
fire extinguishers, as well as other emergency or
Beautiful.
survival equipment, refer to your passenger briefing card.
All right,
or
and we're
consult
going over
with
here
your
again,
Thank
of
you,
course.
and have a pleasant flight.
And we'll turn on the seatbelt signs,
May I have your
and
attention,
we'll get the
please?
taxi lights on.
The captain has turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten
Let's
your
get
seatbelt
underway.
And shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
I'm gonna lie, you love this aircraft. Yeah, I absolutely love it as well. It's amazing. And this hill here it always gets me. I'm not sure why it's so hilly. Like, I feel like it's probably not this much of a hill in real life, but it's kind of ridiculous. See that? It's bouncing us all over the shop. There we go. Oh, we've got our spoilers deployed for some reason. Must have pressed that by accident instead of the parking brake. Alright, cool. So, now that we are underway, I think that's... actually, we don't need to do anything else, do we? Thought we did. Alright, so taxi checklist. Exterior lights are as required. Brakes are fine. Parking brake is released. Brakes checked. Nose wheel steering checked. Flight instruments are checked. Okie doke. So we know where we're going here. Basically just need to come to the end of this taxiway and take a left. Pretty simple and straightforward. I didn't realise you could actually control the aircraft on this camera view, which is kind of cool actually. Oh no. Going off the taxiway. So we've got another player there. In a American Airlines jet. I should probably speak on Unicom really, shouldn't I? Denver traffic, Cessna citation, CJ4 taxiing to runway 34 left. Completely forgot I was on VATSIM, and I also forgot how to speak momentarily. How come I can't? Oh, the buttons don't actually work on this side. Okay, we might have to go back to this side then. So yeah, this is Denver, guys. It's yeah, this is the payware scenery by Flightbeam, and I think they've done a really, really good job. To be honest, it's really, really nice. This one, like the ground textures and everything, is just so nice. Everything's really, really high res, really, really crisp looking, and there's just so many. It's such a big airport. There's so many different little corners you can, you know, go and look in. It's absolutely enormous. Alright, so let's start getting our before takeoff stuff sorted. So we'll turn on the pitot heats and the wing anti-ice. That can go on as well. Hopefully I'm still going the right way. Was that our runway right there? I think it might have been actually. Let's brake. No, it wasn't. God damn it. I mean, that's 34 right. 34 left is right here. I should have just carried on going, shouldn't I? Actually, wait, no, I'm talking shit. Our runway's right there. This is 7 and 25 over here. This is a pretty confusing airport, as you may have just gathered. Good afternoon, Ian. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, we've managed to get back on track here. Let's carry on with our checklists. You've been in the pre-flight departure lounge. Maybe. I'm not going to say anything more. Alright, so our seats are upright, flaps are set, and checked speed brakes are at 0%. Trims are set. Crew briefing is completed. TCAS is TARA. Radar is as required. And yeah, that's pretty much the before takeoff checklist completed. So let's get on the taxiway here. We'll just turn our weather radar on as well. And might as well just go off from a rolling start here. So set takeoff go around mode and bring the throttles up all the way to the top. And off we go. Oof. Right. And V2 plus 10, gear up, flaps up. Wait. Why are the speed brakes up? God damn it. Alright, we're good to go. I must have pressed the wrong button. Alright, let's reduce those throttles and we can start our climb out now. VNAV and LNAV can come on. Beautiful, and we're out of it. Looks like there's a few aircraft down there. Completely forgot to announce that I was leaving on whatchamacallit, on V-Pilot, but hey ho, never mind. Fairly clean takeoff, except I left the speed brakes out because I don't know, I'm still getting used to new keybinds. I changed my keybinds recently, so yeah, still getting used to them. Let's set standard pressure as we've cleared ourselves to a flight level. So that's fine, and we can go ahead and just turn off the lights as well. You can tell it's been a while since I've flown this, because I forgot to turn the strobe on the landing lights. We can turn the logo light off as well, and we'll turn the safety lights off as well. Beautiful. Off we go then, guys. Off we go. Wingo, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, good to see you. Oh wow, you can really see those runway lights through the clouds, can't you? They're using the classic Citation livery today. Mainly because I forgot to put my own in the sim before I started up today. Clearly forgetting everything, but nevertheless. This is what we've got. I think it's quite nice personally. Quite neutral and oh, we're getting icy. We've got all the anti-ice on. And I'm not even tuned to freaking Unicom, am I? God damn it. Not the smoothest start going on here. At least for the little things. I think generally it's going okay, but I keep forgetting all the little bits and bats. I need my own checklist. I need to create my own customized checklist for things that I forget. Adam, Tori Pokey, and Johnny, thank you very much for the follows. I hope you're well and having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream. So it's a very short flight this, so not too long really until we're going to start getting towards Aspen. Should probably break out of these really dense clouds fairly soon. I'm just getting a load of melted chocolate all over my fingers. Right then, looks like we've broken through the clouds just about. Looking good. Very tall clouds though. These really high level ones up here as well. All right, so now we are on our way. Let's get a meter for. Oh dear, you know you're not properly switched on when you write in the field for insert an iCal for a meter. When you write, instead of writing the airport name, you actually write the word meter. Wow, okay. So the meter for Case, which is where we're going, let's just do this and then you guys can see it on the screen as well. That's not worked, has it? Hello? Can you give me the meter? Does that command not work anymore? I'm sure someone used that the other day. Anyway, it doesn't seem to be working. So I'll stick it in the chat anyway. The meter is right here on the right hand side of the screen. Let's jump into our comfy seat in the back and we can have a look. So the weather in Kilo Alpha Sierra Echo, which is Aspen Airport. So weather provided is at on the 12th day at 14:17 Zulu, so about 20 minutes ago. The wind reading is just reading as 0, so that's either erroneous or there's literally no winds, which I find a little bit difficult to believe. Visibility is 3 statute miles. There are relatively minor snow showers, and BR, I can't remember what BR actually means. Let's just look that one up real quick. I think it means, let's see. It means mist. BR means mist somehow. So we've got light snow showers or light wait, this meter is different to the other one I'm looking at. Yeah, so we've got light snow showers, we've got fog, overcast at 1,400 feet, -1 is the temperature there, and -3 is the dew point. Altimeter is 29.75, and then we've got a temperature, a precipitation sensor that can tell the difference between snow and rain. SMB 1359.
Altitude.
SMB 1359. So the snow began at 2 o'clock. 0 inches of rain. Temperature and dew point is minus 1.1 and minus 3.3. Okie dokie. So we're reaching our cruising altitude here. Let's pick up a little bit of speed and then we'll reduce the throttles back. We are swaying quite a bit. We've got a 63 knot headwind. Malik, good afternoon to yourself in Lebanon. Fly to Beirut. Well, yeah, maybe. I'll put it on the list. I've got a big list of places that people want me to fly to, so yeah, I'll add it on the list. But yeah, we're currently in the middle of a flight, so can't just... we're in America, so we're not just going to turn around and fly to Beirut. That's going to take forever. See Tamaran, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. And yes, Malik, yeah, I've seen your messages. I was obviously just reading through the weather report there. All right, so visibility is looking pretty bad at Aspen. So yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Let's get our minimum set, because the minimums are very high at this airport, and the only way to do it is with this knob. So it's actually going to take me freaking forever. So we'll go barrel refs, and I need to wind it. Oh wow! Oh, they've changed it. Oh my god, that's so much better. Wait. Yeah, they've changed it. Oh my god, that's amazing. Previously, you just had to freaking scroll it forever, and it took literally like maybe about good 5 or 6 minutes to get to this figure before. Alright, so our minimums are going to be 10,200 feet. We'll close that, and whilst I remember, let's set up our approach performance. Runway is going to be... Oh. Where's that destination gone? Wait, what? Let's stick that back in. Case. Arrival. We've got our arrival in already. Nav. Hopefully that's not screwed things up. Need to be on plan mode. No, that still looks good. So yeah, we'll go with that. Let's just check our legs. And we'll clear off that discontinuity. And okay, let's just stick in our missed approach. Yes, it's cleared that off. So we'll stick that back in. Lynn's there. And then Galeno. Execute that. And then we'll go back to our approach. And yeah, I mean, this approach doesn't necessarily have a specific runway. So for some reason, it's not letting me put that in there, but I'm not sure if there's a way you can actually choose the runway without it being included as part of a procedure. I don't think there is, so we'll just have to go with that. We'll go for our approach and get the METAR again. So winds are actually calm, though. I mean, it should be yeah, I mean, I'm going to wait for the next meter and I'm going to check it, but apparently winds are calm, so we'll leave that for now. Temperature, like I said, is -1, and the QNH is 290.74. And let's bring these throttles back now before we overspeed. Prox landing time in not that long. Yeah, not that long at all, really. About 30 miles to go, so yeah, really not that far. Okay, so let's just stick this in anyway. I want to get... Oh, VREF is not calculated. That's interesting. Oh, it's because we haven't put any wind in. Maybe just put 0/0. Okay, maybe not. It's because I don't have a runway in. Let's put wet. Interesting. Maybe if we go back to this and then just choose, for example, we'll just put in runway 15 like so, and we'll execute that. We'll go back to our perf page, go back to approach, and then we'll press next. There we go. Okay, so that's got that in. So we'll press send, and we'll use those figures. So that's fine. And then we'll go back to our arrivals and set this to the RNAV Foxtrot. Execute, and we'll probably have to go back and clear this discontinuity, and then put in our missed approach, which is, again, for the third time, Linz and Gleno. Great stuff. Okay. And we need to be at 14,000, so we'll put it in there, but not really necessary. Okie doke. So I think we've gone past our top of descent, haven't we? Yes, we have, because I've not been paying attention. So let's rectify that. So we need to go down to 13,700 feet. Let's bring the throttles back down to idle. And I'm confused. So we've got how far to our destination? 34 miles. Zakor, we need to be at 4, 15, 21 miles. So we've got 21 miles to lose. Let's just use flight level change here. We need to get from where we are currently, which is 360 to 13,000, which is 23,000 feet. So that means we need about 70 miles. Oh dear, we're a little bit high here, guys. Just a little bit high. So, yeah, I wasn't paying attention, was I? Let's increase our speed a bit, and we might be able to just recapture this. If we pay attention to this, that might help us recapture the. Might help us recapture the vertical profile, but I'm not that hopeful. We might have to swing ourselves out to the right and back in. Fly the Roaring Fork visual. It's not. Yeah, the weather's not going to allow for the Roaring Fork visual today. I was kind of hoping for that, but at the same time, the instrument approaches at this airport are pretty interesting. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not too concerned. But yeah, that is also a good point. Yeah, I always forget you can do holds in this aircraft. The reason I forget is because in Microsoft Flight Simulator, basically, well, all the aircrafts except for this one, you can't do holds in. So yeah, so I forget. But hey ho, let's just go this way, and if it comes to it, we'll yeah, we'll just hold at a red table. In fact, I'll set the hold up now just in case. So red table. Hang on. Index, hold. Hold at red table. Outbound course is 346. And the inbound course is 166. Right turns. Oh, can you not actually? I don't know if you can even edit the hold in this. No, it doesn't let me. 166 slash R. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Max speed, we'll just do 200 knots. Key not active. Alright, and we'll leave the rest as default, so let's execute that. So we're going to enter the hold now, and we could probably slow our speed down so that we don't have to... where's my speed knob? So that we don't have to... yeah, so that we don't have to race down quite as quick here. Cool, okay, so that should be entering the hold for us. There's the hold all programmed in. Great stuff. Thank you for the tip, John. Yeah, I always forget about holds because it just, yeah, it's just almost non-existent in Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment. All right, let's yeah, let's set our altimeter. I'm just going to refresh this METAR. So altimeter is 29.74, and it's feeling quite bumpy here. I guess obviously there's a lot of terrain below us, so it's giving us a little bit of an... Oh. 29.92. Wait, what? The altimeter setting here is really 29.92. Okay. I guess it's probably going to change once we get lower down. I don't think I've ever had that happen before, though. Alright, anyway, so let's check the winds. The winds are still saying calm here. So, yeah. Let's see what happens as we get further down. Can you be a mod? I don't really need any mods at the moment, to be honest, Jamie. I've got enough mods, thank you. All right, so we're descending on down in the murk. Literally nothing to see at all. This should be interesting. This should be interesting. Jamie, thank you very much for the follow. Ed, Anthony, and James, and Dennis as well. Thank you very much for all the follows. I hope you're all doing well and having a fantastic day. Welcome to the stream. Do 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 do. Looking forward to this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, Adam. It should be pretty interesting. If you were to take a plunge to get a PC to dedicate to flight sim, how much cash would one be expected to part with for a reasonable system? I mean, it depends how reasonable. Want, like, you know, something that's quite high end and very, very good. Yeah, probably. Wait, what is it doing? Has it always been flying this path? We're still holding. Anyway, yeah, with regards to getting a PC, probably somewhere around, I don't know, maybe about 1,500 would be something reasonable. If you wanted to include all the peripherals and you know, like a joystick and whatnot and monitors. But if you've already got some stuff like that, then you know you could probably cut the cost down quite a bit. So yeah, it just depends on what you've already got, I suppose. Let's exit the hold here. Yeah. Especially if you built a PC as well, it'd probably be saving a bit of money as well. Hey George, well, I mean, thanks for the advice, but I'm not the one joining people's chats telling them to get a life, dude. It's quite a hypocritical statement to make right there. Alright, let's start getting fully configured, because like I said, this is a very, very steep approach. Let's set our pre-selector down to 12.9, which is the next waypoint down. Let's go for 12.2 actually, and I'm just not sure why it doesn't want me to descend right now. Let's just go flight level change.
Landing gear.
We'll get the gear out and flaps 35. It was running an entrance pattern. Yeah, I thought it was. But to be honest, I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't realise that that it had not already done that. Did I suspend the approach once you entered the hold? I'm not sure what you mean by that, because yeah, I don't think there's any option to do that as far as I'm aware. Alright, so as we approach Alex here, we need to be at 12,200. Let's try approach mode. I'm not sure this is actually going to work here, but let's try it. So as we pass through Alex, technically it should capture the glide path to take us down, but it might not, so I might just have to quickly change us to vertical speed. So we shall see what happens here. No, it hasn't. Okay, so let's go vertical speed. So we'll set this to minimums, which is 10,200. And we want to be sending at about 1,200 feet per minute. Maybe 1,300 because we're a bit late on putting that in there. So here we go, guys. We can actually see the runway lights, which is quite nice. Yeah, Concorde, I think, is coming relatively soon, yeah. The descent is started now, yeah, Steve Hammeran, yeah. Oh, we can see some of the ground here. Looking pretty cool. I can see the lights there as well. I've lost the lights again, though. I need to be able to see the lights when we hit 10,200. I can see them coming back in now. It's so difficult to see them. Woo!
Minimums.
All right, minimums. Continue. We can see the runway lights, so we're going to go for it, guys. It's not the best, but
Autopilot.
let's do it. Oh, I've lost them. Oh, no, there we go. I just had the nose too high. Yeah, I can't see them, guys. Oh, there they are. I've already initiated a go around, unfortunately. We'll go around and we'll try it again. And I need better visibility than that to actually do a half decent landing. John, thank you very much for the the heading. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I've got it all here. Unfortunately, the missed approach that I programmed into the FMC is not here. But yeah, we should be. Oh, okay. We should be good. So we need to go up to Linz first of all, and then take a left at 247. So what is going on here? Yeah, so it has actually activated our missed approach here, but for some reason it's just not sequenced it properly, which is a bit strange. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right, great stuff. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it, man. John's the Aspen controller right now. Have you flown in the area, John? Is that why you're so familiar with the approach, the procedure? Where are we doing the approach? It's at Aspen in Colorado. It's very rainy. It's very bad visibility. If I'm correct, you did once mention that you would need 32 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, that's correct. I would probably say that's pretty essential. Yeah. I got you, John. Fair enough. Okie dokie. So let's get our approach programmed back in then. So we'll go like so. And execute. So that is then going to pre-program us back in. And after we get to basically by lins here, we might as well just go direct back to red table and start it again. Welcome back to the chat though, Peter. Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. I mean, it's not actually too windy, to be honest, Seathamaran. It's only we've only got a 7-knot wind, 6 knot, 7-knot wind. But we're probably getting some slight updrafts from the mountains. And then, yeah, obviously it's extremely windy here. So, all right, so let's just give ourselves the direct to red table. And we're going to go ahead and just creep on down. And we're definitely going too fast here. That's my bad. We want to be going really about 200 knots here. I've for some reason let this get totally carried away with itself. Okie doke. Why is it? I did do a direct to red table, didn't I? I did. Why isn't LNAV reactivating? I think I might have to actually vector myself back towards the LNAV path before I can actually recapture it. Let's give ourselves a turn here. All right. Lewis, like for those flight simmers who enjoy what they stream. Appreciate that, Lewis. Thank you very much, dude. I wonder how you would cope as a captain having to fly with your left and throttle in the right hand. Yeah, actually, Peter, we actually had this discussion just yesterday. Not yesterday, sorry, earlier on in the week. And yeah, so in the Airbus on Flight Sim, what I've started doing is I've actually started flying on this side. Just so it matches up a bit better. I did actually try swapping the two around. So I tried putting the side stick on the left. And to be honest, I don't know how the captains do it. I know you fly on an Airbus, right, Peter? I'm not sure if you're a captain or not, but yeah, I don't know how you do it, man. It's so weird getting used to it. It's very strange. I suppose, I don't know, I guess probably in real life the dynamics of how the side stick interacts with the control surfaces, it's probably a little bit different to being sat at a desk with, you know, just a cheapo joystick. So I imagine it's probably a little bit easier to get used to potentially. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's very strange. Very strange. I mean, I could probably get used to it after a while, but I don't necessarily want to right now. I've only really just got used to having it this way around. Yeah, well, hats off. Like, especially if you're not left-handed. Yeah, it's impressive. Okie dokie then. So let's just get our. We'll have to punch this back in, this missed approach. And it's not, it doesn't really do it as I think I would expect it to, but we'll punch it in so we've got it. So it's just one less thing to meddle with if we have to go around again. Probably can go a little bit faster right now, to be honest. Okay. We're breaking the clouds up there. It's just total murk below us. Oh, look at that. Wow. Very nice. Maybe it's clearing up. Maybe it's clearing up. Maybe we might have a bit of luck on our side here. Although, that's in the wrong way. We want to go this way. Oh, you're actually left-handed. Okay, fair enough. Maybe that's a little bit of an advantage then if you're on the captain's side. How was it though? You must have been a first officer for a while. How was it being on the right-hand side if you're left-handed? Lock DME lower minimums. I think they're the same minimums, aren't they? I'm pretty sure I checked that before we. No, the minimums are the same. Well, sorry, yeah, it's 180 feet less, isn't it? But the reason I chose not to do the lock DME is because the localizer, it doesn't really work that well. At least on the back. The back course one is just totally wrong. The front course works until about 4 DME. So it works until about 5 DME. So yeah, it doesn't really it doesn't really work, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's just do it. Let's just put lock DME in. There we go. We'll just put DBL as well, and we're probably just going to have to clear that discontinuity. We'll just go direct Jagu from here. Jagu, we need to be at 13.4, so only 300 feet to descend. Alright, so we can start getting configured now as we come on to our final approach course. Our initial fix is Jagu, and excuse me, let's go to tuning page. Let's just make sure it has tuned the localizer. It has, so we'll make sure nav is on and we'll switch over to the localizer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this to 11.7.
Altitude.
In fact, I might as well just set it to minimums at 10.20. Let's change our minimums real quick. Alright, so we'll let the VNAV take us down. Although... Okay, we won't let the VNAV take us down. We shall just continue on down here. Set this to 11... Oh no, we're going too low here. No, 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 no. Let's stop at 11. Yes, look how low we are. Oh no. Good thing I stopped it there. Let's go alt hold. The Doip, which is the next waypoint, we want to be at 11.7. So we are a touch low, but we're still going to clear this terrain. So we are okay. Flight raw data. See, the issue is... oh, why has this changed over to... Oh dear. It's lost the localizer. Why has it done that? Hello? Let's go vertical speeds. I think I've cocked this up again, guys. I think I've cocked this up again because I wasn't freaking paying attention, was I? We changed it all at the last second. Let's get a bit of this out.
Altitude.
Oh no, you see what it's done is it loses the localizer around about this point. That might be why it's gone off actually. Oh no, it's there. It's just me. It does lose the localizer, so it doesn't want to follow it anymore.
Minimums.
Yeah, okay, I don't see the... Okay, we... Oh no. Okay, let's go around again.
Altitude.
This is such a difficult approach. I'm not surprised you have to have a special license for this. Good thing this aircraft climbs so well. It's freaking amazing. Right, we'll try one more time. Saturation is setting in. Thank you very much, John. It certainly freaking is.
Altitude.
I think it's because we changed the I think it's because we changed the approach at the last second there. I wasn't really ready for what I actually needed to do there. Did you walk it to Sayag before going around? We went well past Sayag at that point, yeah. We get airsick with all these go-arounds. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised at all. But, you know... I have so many successful landings. It's good fun to do some go around sometime. Right, so let's level ourselves off at 14,000 here. 200 knots. Let's get reconfigured. Localizer east via, well, transition DBL. Now let's. A missed approach procedure has. It's not sequenced itself again. And. There's definitely some funkiness going on right now. Let's just reselect. Localizer east. Execute. There we go. Okay. So we're on the right course anyway. I can see where we are on my charts next to me. So we're not in any immediate danger. We just need to turn around and try again. Divert to EGE. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how we get on this next time round. I think, to be honest, we probably could have made it that time around. It's just because of my ineptitude. I completely underestimated. Well, I just wasn't. I don't think I was paying enough attention. So, yeah. I think we could have. I definitely could have done better there, to be honest. I have flown this approach before, and quite a few times actually offline, and managed it with relative ease. So I just need to kind of just focus up a little bit and stop getting so freaking distracted. Okay, cool. So let's start turning ourselves back around now. I'm going to ignore chat for a bit here, and I'm going to see if I can. Nail this. Alright, I'm going to make sure all of our waypoints are correctly set here. So 13.4. Okie dokie, perfect. So that is all set. Let's bring this up. Zoom in just a touch here. We've recaptured the LNAV path. I'm going to lower this to minimums here. I'll stick VNAV on. You know what to say, if you don't make it first 2 times, try again for that magic 3rd time. Stop distracting me. But yes, that is exactly what they say. Alright, here we go guys. Are you ready? Are you ready for the landing? We're definitely going to touch down on the ground this time. It's going to happen. We do actually have a center controller on at the moment. I don't know if they cover this area. They've not sent me a message, so... Yeah, stereo cockpit right now. That's what we're doing. Alright, so let's start getting configured. As soon as we can drop below 200 knots, I'm going to get the flaps 15. There we go, let's get the gear out as well to slow us down some more. Flaps 3.5. Get that localizer on. Okay, cool. So at Kaiser, we should be at 12,900, which is going to be the case. We're fully configured this time, so I don't have to worry about that too much. So we're good on that front. You can see the lights just about. See the terrain coming in below us. FIMSO, we should be at 12300, which we should be about to hit. So we're looking good on that front. I've got a slight crosswind, 6 knots. Alright, so DOIP is our final approach fix at 11,700 feet. Oh, the visibility is a little bit better. I say a little bit because once we get back into these clouds over here, I feel like it might it might not look so good. I'm ignoring chat. I'm ignoring chat. All right, here we go. So here's our final descent. This is the 6-degree descent that we've got to do. All right, so I can still see the lights. I can still see the lights.
Altitude.
Alright, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep on going here. Alright, there we go. So we can see the lights.
Minimum.
We're about to hit minimums. Beautiful. Alright, so let's continue.
Autopilot.
Flight directors. Oh dear. Oh no, the lights are gone. Oh no, guys, this is not good. Oh no, this could be a go around again, guys.
Altitude.
There they are. That's all we needed. We are a little bit high. Quite a lot high. Oh no, we're ridiculously high. Oh no. Oh dear, looks like this is a no-go. wow, it's so hard in low visibility like that. It's crazy. I thought we had it then. I thought we had it. Alright, cool. So let's get ourselves turned around. 300 degrees is the heading. Let's set this to 1400. Flight level change, 200 knots. Okay, cool. So we're good. You're supposed to do altitude checks based on your DME distance, so you know where you are on a profile. Yeah, that's the issue, unfortunately, Peter. I suppose it's another unfortunate limitation of this simulator. Like you can probably see right now that we're not actually getting any DME from the localizer. So the localizer, unfortunately, doesn't seem to work that well once you get quite close to the airport on this one. So it works up until about 5 DME, and then it just disappears. So you can't do any altitude checks. See how it's just reappeared at just over 5 DME. So you can't, unfortunately, do any altitude checks past that point. Obviously, I was doing them up until before we reached that point. So it's a bit unfortunate, really. I think there's some weirdness going on with this approach in this sim, so yeah, it's a bit difficult to do everything that I think you would normally need to do. So yeah, a bit unfortunate. What is the profile? It's 6.59 degree glide slope. Am I on a network, Andrew? Yes, I am. I'm on VATSIM, but there's no controls online at the moment, fortunately. Let's just stick in pins right here. There we go. Let's go back to FMS. Descent with 1,300 feet per minute and 100 knots. Yeah, that's what I was trying to aim for. Yeah, I've got it here on the chart. But
altitude.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what went wrong there. FLT 330, welcome back to the chat. Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Carl, good afternoon. Good to see you. Go back to the RNAV and just hand fly it all the way down. Yeah, to be honest, I think that's probably a good idea. However, the VNAV is a little bit funky because I will show you, in fact. So if you bring up the approach procedure, see how it's got it's no specific runway, this procedure. So I don't know if it's just a limitation of this sim, but if you put in the, say we'll do localizer east, for example, transition red table, execute that. Oh dear. Oh dear, what's happened here? I've never had this happen before. Okay, there we go. Right, cool. So if we go back to our legs page, for example, you can see, if you go on to the, basically the final fixes here, for some reason it moves case, which is obviously the airport, over to the missed approach sequence. So basically the VNav won't use that as part of its calculation. So it's very strange. Yeah, it's very strange. So you can't really follow the VNav all the way down to the ground. You can only follow it to SAYAG. So yeah, it's a bit messed up. So I tell you what we can try though is, obviously I don't have a chart for this, so that's why I wasn't really doing it. But we can try this RNAV 15 Zulu. Now I believe this RNAV approach is actually, I mean it is a real approach you can do, but I believe, let's just get this going right here. There we go. But I believe that it's only available, you can only actually access the chart for it if you have a certain license, I believe. So that's why there's no chart for it, but it does have the runway 15 at the end, which is what we need for VNav. So let's try doing this. Because I think that's probably the best way we're going to do it here. Alright, so let's start getting fully configured here, so that we are nicely ahead here. And basically what I'm going to do is I'll just use these waypoints here as the, I mean I can only assume these are taken directly off the charts. Probably not the best thing to assume, but I don't have the chart to refer to, and they look pretty reasonable. So we're going to go with it. Let's go VNav and bring ourselves down here. So captured the VNav path now. So this should respect these constraints as we come down here, and we should be good. Let's see how this works. On top of that as well, it sequences the missed approach correctly in this instance. So I think I need to speak to the devs about this FMS. But yeah, it looks like this one works a lot better. It's just I don't have any chart to sort of refer to. We'll use the same minimums as the other RNAV approach. I think that's also reasonable. But yeah, it's a bit of an experiment, this, I think. Yeah, that's what we're going to try now, Peter. Yeah, there's like I mean you've probably just heard what I've just explained. It's all a bit weird with the standard of RNAV approaches. So we're going to try this one instead. This is one of the non-standard ones, I believe. So we shall see how this works. We shall see. What do I think of the Aerosoft A320 for Flight Simulator X? I don't know. I've never used it. I've never used Flight Simulator X, to be honest with you. On Airbus we can do PBN RNAV where minima is the same as Cat 1 approaches. I've not come across PBN RNAV before. But that's what we're trying. We're going to try the RNAV approach this time. This is, like I say, this is the RNAV 15 Zulu for this airport. I believe, like I say, this is an approach that is not available to the general public. It's something that you have to do a special certification for this approach. So it could be interesting. It's probably because I think if I read correctly, this particular approach has you have to sign a waiver because it has lower than normal clearance, terrain clearance. So you have to sign a waiver for it or something like that, I think, if I remember correctly. So yeah. Oh, it's the latest, right? Okay, that probably explains why I've never heard of it before. I'll have to look into that. It sounds interesting. Yeah, see, this approach it seems to be a much shallower descent profile as well. It has these extra waypoints down here. I'm not sure why this is a special approach. It doesn't seem to be taking me ridiculously close to any of the terrain versus the other one, at least. I don't know. Leon, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. We're landing at Aspen. This is our 4th attempt. Just got yours in December. Congratulations, Peter. Nicely done. Nicely done. Risky, welcome to the chat. Good hello to you. I hope you're doing well. And apologies if I've missed any messages, guys. I will catch up momentarily. I am just trying to get this aircraft on the ground at the moment. So the runway's down here. You can just about see the lights. So we're going to make a right turn after we've passed over this hill here, and let's see.
Altitude.
So what I'm going to do this time is let's just wind this all the way down to airport elevation. Like so. Like an ILS. Let's see how it does. I was going to give me a number to call after this one.
Minimums.
Okay, so the VNav stopped working. Oh no, it's still working. That was weird, whatever it did then. Alright, but we're still on the path, so looking a lot better. We're a little bit high, but it's capturing the path slowly. Don't know if we've actually got too much room to be messing around with that. Might have to take manual control here. Let's do that. Let's get it down. Whew. Oh my god, this cloud is so thick. It's so thick as you get close in here. There we go. So that's the vertical path recaptured.
Altitude.
Still quite high.
500.
I want to see the chart for this approach. I think the PAPIs are configured wrongly, by the way, so probably not as much high, quite as high as we think we are. There we go. Spoilers deployed. And we are down. How beautiful. 9 feet per minute. Are you kidding me? Wow. That was a smooth ass touchdown after all that. Wow. I'll take it. I'll take it. We got there in the end, guys. We got there in the end. Alright, beautifully done. I'll take it. Let's get the radars turned off here and the flaps up. Retract the spoilers and let's get off the runway. My vacationers are hyped. They better be after that. I think they'll probably be feeling quite sick as well, though, to be honest. Well, there we go, guys. Welcome to a very murky and wet and snowy Aspen. Looks pretty beautiful, though, I'm not going to lie. Lee, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Much love to you as well. Okie dokie. Let's get our... we don't need the landing lights on. We can turn the strobe lights off as well. And we'll get parked up somewhere here. Let's see where there is a spot. Let's go in this one right here. Get the taxi lights off as we turn in towards the terminal here. The sim just looks ridiculously good in the wet weather, though. You can't deny that. Stopped a bit prematurely there, but let's take it. I'll take that. Let's get the ground power connected, and let's turn these engines off. Logo lights on. Wait for the M1s to get a bit lower here. Let's just clear off these master cautions. Alright, and we'll turn off the beacon lights. There we go. Welcome to Aspen, people. Not much to see here. But, yeah. This is one of the handcrafted airports that Asobo included with one of the versions of the game, and I mean, it's pretty cool looking, to be honest. It's got that, I mean, obviously it is in, you know, the mountains in the US, but it's got that very sort of like mountain cabin-y sort of feel to it, I feel like. I think it's pretty cool. All right, well, welcome everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm pretty pleased with that landing though in the end. Even though we were a little bit high there, I would like to see the charts for that approach, to be honest. I think that final approach is Yeah, I was thinking that it might not be that steep because of the kind of the way it brings you in a little bit, and then you take sort of a right turn rather than coming straight over the mountains. So I thought the descent angle might be a bit less, but clearly it's still quite a big descent angle there at the end. But we still made it. The Pappies as well, I think in real life they are, I think they're 3.5 degrees, so they're never going to line up with a 6-degree descent angle. So, yeah, I mean, we probably were a little bit too high, but we still managed to get a landing at 9 feet per minute. So, yeah, anyway, I'll see if I can catch up with some messages before we get underway with our next flight here. And just while I remember as well, let me just make sure the transponder is on standby. There we go. All right, let's see if I missed some. Okay. Minimums, no customers in the back of vacations to get started. Well, they can get started now. Screw the minimums. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going to speak to the devs about how it sequences the approaches on this particular airport. I think there is definitely some work to be done there, both on the Asobo's part and maybe the working title part, maybe. So I'll see what they say anyway. They are pretty unique approaches compared to a lot of airports, so yeah. I feel like it should still sequence in that runway, even on the, the standard. I don't know. All right. There's a remark in the AFD that pilots unfamiliar with the airport should stay away unless ceilings are above 2K. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine that sounds about correct, but, we don't listen to those remarks. We don't listen to those remarks in the flight sim. Good thing you don't have the cargo app. They would be so upset. Yeah, maybe they would be, yeah. To be honest, I don't run the cargo app with this aircraft because I don't know. I don't think it's configured properly, so they feel like there's turbulence all the time. Where are we going? We're just arrived at Aspen, as you probably gathered. But next airport we're going to be going to is I think it's called Telluride Airport. Not too far away again, but it's pretty. It's a pretty extreme sort of location, a bit like this one. It's on a big sort of, it's on like a plateau raised up above a canyon, which is like 3,000 feet deep or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but maybe not 3,000, maybe like 1,000. But yeah, should be pretty interesting. Again, it's not too far away from here, so the weather is probably still going to be pretty bad there. So I'm interested to see how that will go. Hopefully get in on the first time this time. I know the descent angle is definitely not quite as steep, so we've got that on our side at least. John, I'm glad my vacations are hyped. Go through cold dark start. Yeah, can do, yeah. Ramsey says he had a question about the weather system you use. Go ahead, yeah. I mean, I'm just using the inbuilt weather with Microsoft Flight Simulator. As you can see, live weather, live time. Passengers in Telluride are running early. Better kick the tires, light the fires. Telluride. Say it faster. Got it. Telluride. Got it, mate. Nailed it. All right, cool. So that's where we're going next. Thanks for the insight there, John. What I'm going to do is just real quick, I will just make the flight plan over on SimBrief. So we'll just quickly do that now. All right, so we're departing from here where we are currently, and we're going to, I believe it's KTEX, and we are going to be this November 624 Zulu, and yeah, that's it really. Departure runway is saying departure runway 33. However, I do want to just check that because I'm 90% sure that you can only depart runway 15 at this airport. I may be wrong, but let's just check here. Oh, sorry, yeah, you can, I think it's, I got it the other way around, isn't it? So I'm pretty sure you can only depart runway 33, not 15. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah, all the departures are 33. Alright, cool. So that is the flight plan then. So we've got Linz, Slalom, Mike Tango Julia, Echo Tango Lima. Pretty short trip, as you can see here. So out to the northwest roughly, then down and in. Cool. Okay, so let's generate the flight plan and get that filed on VATSIM. Pre-file. There we go. Just check VATSpy real quick and make sure this center controller doesn't cover this area. He didn't send me any messages, but let's just make sure. So it says Den 17 center. Okay. It definitely does cover this area, but let's see what altitudes. Landing, departure, and arrivals at these three. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't cover Aspen. Right. Great stuff. So, yeah, I don't think we will need to speak to him. Alright, so we've got our flight plan filed. Let's get rocking. So John wanted me to do a cold and dark start. I'll do, I mean, with this aircraft, there's not that much to do from cold and dark, if you like, if that makes sense. A lot of the stuff that you would do probably in the real aircraft isn't fully operable in this one. So it's kind of, you know, the essentials are there, but not everything. Oh, you want to skip it? Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I can show you pretty much all you do anyway. It's very, very simple. If I can get my camera working, there we go. Look at this snow though, this looks so nice. Anyway, yeah, so basically all you do in this is you just turn the battery on, avionics on, and then it's essentially just tuning, programming the FMC start the engines, climate control comes on, and that's about it. A lot of these knobs down here don't really work. Although, having said that, having watched some videos from a real CJ4 captain, generally you don't really do that much with these anyway. And then obviously it's just checking the flight instruments, flight controls, and yeah, probably should have turned the anti-ice off. Don't want to warp the wings. Got to start with a walk around. You're dead right there, sir. Oh, sounds like there's another aircraft here. There is, right there. Another little CJ4 coming in. Beautiful. I bet he didn't go around 4 times. Alright. Anyways, let's get set up then. So, back to index and route menu. We'll recall our flight plan here. Execute. Now let's have a quick look on the map here and make sure this all makes sense. Linz is our first waypoint, and then yep, that all looks good. Alright, so let's just check our departures here. We are departing as Linz as our first waypoint, so we could probably just pick Linz 9. Let me just have a quick look at that one. We might not even need to do that one. Let's see how it programs that. It'd help if I actually went to the right point as well. Let's see. Okay, so we don't really need to... I think the main thing is that you take this right turn and then come back in towards Linz. I'm not sure why it's got these extra points here. Can't even see those on the departure charts, actually. Alright, let's leave that off. We'll reselect 33 here and we'll execute that. And yeah, basically what we'll do is I'll just fly it based on I'll just fly it sort of manually based on the original based on the charts here. I know I didn't explain that very well, but we'll go through a departure briefing momentarily. So let's set our arrival as well, and let's see what we've actually got here. So runway 09 is what we would anticipate at this moment in time. So let's go for the ANAV 09 Zulu. And yeah, like I say, we'll have a look at the charts in a second and make sure we're all on the same page. But just for now, I'm just going to get things programmed. All right, cool. So ANAV 09 Zulu is looking good. Transition is going to be, let's see where our waypoint route ends at ETL. So we don't actually need a transition, do we? So let's just go execute. Great stuff. All right, so let's go perf init. We have 7 passengers this time. And let's just top up our fuel real quick. So let's just go here. Fuel we need is 918. Oh my god, we didn't have much fuel left then, did we? Only 200 kilos left. So 918 is what we need. There we go. And then payload is going to be just a touch more than last time. There we go. Alright, great stuff. So perfect hits. Zero fuel weight is matching up, and our gross weight is yeah, about spot on. Cruising flight level is going to be 360, and our takeoff is let's just get our 80s here. Yeah, we're going to be doing the Linz departure. Yeah, so we're just gonna fly basically the first leg. I'll go through the charts just momentarily. Oh, I've missed the ATIS now. Oh no, come on. So at least we can do the QNH, which is 29.74. Outside air temperature is 0 degrees. And then it's not going to play the ATIS again. I'll just take it off the METAR. It says winds are still calm, so we'll just put it as 0/0. Next, anti-ice is going to be on flaps 15, send. So that sticks the V-speeds up here on the speed tape. So that's that done. And then we'll do our arrival perf once we get into the sky. And that should be good. Transition altitude is still the same. That's all good. All right, great stuff. So let's just take another look at this. Let's just go and see what that does. So, I'm just going to check. We don't really need a SID, you see, because we're not actually flying. After we get to this waypoint here, we'll be departing from the SID. So we really need to just do the cozy departure, I think. Let's see. Let's see how this one looks. Pitkin 4. Billy, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Aleph as well. Welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. So, yeah, let's just do the cozy one visual departure. You can actually tune that one in here, so let's see if we can just punch that in. Oh, you can't actually do that when it's a vector, can you? Oh. Alright, there's 2 lins there. Let's remove one. What is going on there? Cancel that. 8240 and then a vector. 343 is the correct heading. And then we need to go 273, which is this one right here. Alright, we'll just fly with that discontinuity. We'll just fly through it, and it should be fine. I will just fly it using the data myself, and it shouldn't be an issue. Alright, and then let's just get to our approach, and then we'll jump over to the charts. Alright, cool. So, oops, did not mean to do that. Glen 03. I can't actually see the Glen 03 departure. I don't know if I'm blind, but I can't see the Glen 03. Anyway, we're going to do cozy one because I think that's the most relevant. To be fair, we don't even really need to follow a departure. We just need to make sure that we clear any obstacles in the terrain on the way up and then go direct lins. Alright, cool. So like I said, let's have a quick look over here at the charts. So we're going to do the cozy 1 departure. So this is a VFR departure, but yeah, I mean it's not really a big issue, I don't think. Essentially, what we just need to do is all of every single departure from this runway starts with this 343 heading, and then a 273 turn after you reach a certain altitude, which I have completely lost here. Okay, so this is the VFR one where you would expect a turn given to you by the controller. So there we go. So basically what we want to do is we just want to go 343 at 9,100 feet, take a left turn, 273, and then basically 303 towards Linz. You're supposed to follow the back course of this localizer, I believe, to get this this track here, but unfortunately this localizer does not work in the sim, so we're just going to basically fly those headings. I don't think we need to worry too much about obstacle clearance because this thing climbs like an absolute rocket ship, so I don't think there's going to be too much of an issue. And then with regards to Glen 03, John, if you have a look here on the, well, you can see here the departures. Can't see a Glen 03 on Navigraph. I don't know, maybe it's an old departure, potentially. And then once we arrive into KTEX, in fact, basically this shows some of our route here. So we're going to go up to Linz and then down to Slom, and then we're going to go south from here. And then coming towards KTEX, we're going to come in from, I think, MTJ ETL. So yeah, basically we'll be coming into this initial fix from somewhere to the north, and then we'll be following down this basically RNAV approach. As you can see, there's a lot of terrain around the airport again, much like where we are currently. So yeah, it should be quite a cool approach. Probably a bit easier than this one, to be honest. Minimums are still quite high at 10,640 feet. And it's only a 3.5 degree glide slope. Still steeper than normal, but it's not anything compared to this one. Airport elevation is 9,070. Touchdown zone elevation 9,038. Missed approach procedure is to take a right turn up to 15,000 feet back to where we started. And then continue to climb in the hold. And then back down. So that is essentially our routing. Once we arrive at the airport, it's really quite a simple airport. We're going to come in on runway 9 here. So yeah, we'll just follow the way down and then turn off on this first taxiway here and just park up. As you can see here from the 10-9, you can actually see these little triangles going around the hedge, and this is basically indicating the plateau that the airport is located on. So I don't know what the visibility is going to be like once we get there, but you should be able to see that it's on this really cool sort of high plateau, which is really quite interesting spot for an airport. And yes, it says here as well, airport on 1,000 foot mesa. So that's yeah. So I guess this river down here and this valley is 1,000 feet below, and then yeah, strong vertical turbulence in area of Mesa Edge, which is conveniently just just underneath where we'll be coming to. Rising terrain, all quadrants. Recommended takeoff runway 17, land runway 9 to avoid populated areas. And that is it, really. No snow removal at night. Noise abatement procedures in effect. So, yeah, that's the routing for today. All right. It's an FAA departure as opposed to JEP. Got you. I thought the Jeppesen was just the publisher of the charts. I thought the FAA, it would still take the procedures from the FAA, right? I don't know, I might be wrong about that, but let's get going anyway. We've got all our FMS set, so that is good to go. We've got our takeoff figures set. We're going to be departing runway 33, so the opposite way we came in. Let's get the engine started. So right engine first. Beacon light on. We'll do our passenger brief.
May I have your attention, please? We will be taking off shortly. Please turn off all portable electronic devices.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Secure luggage,
you're probably right, yeah.
articles.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. I don't know all the ins and outs of charts. I mean,
extend your headrest and fasten your
I just use the
lap belt
Navigraph charts and that's it. I can't really be asked fishing around for other charts. That's why I got a Navigraph subscription in the first place. All right. Cool. So we've got our right engine starting up. And that is good to go. Let's get our left engine started. Let's just set the trim as well before I forget. There we go. Still looking very murky here in Aspen. Let's set our altitude pre-select up to, I think it was 360, wasn't it? Set a heading bug as well. I think this will actually disappear after we've departed, but let's just set it. So we want 343. There we go. Okay, so we've got both good engine starts now. Let's turn on the seatbelt signs.
May I have your attention, please?
Engine only anti-ice. Climate control.
Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time.
Let's do our before taxi checklist. So avionics are on. Climate control is normal. Passenger safety light is on. Trim is set. Flight controls we are free. Speed brakes and ground spoilers. Let's just give it a quick. Let's just give them a quick whirl right there. Beautiful. Okay, flaps are set now. Engine only anti-ice is set. Takeoff data is set. Avionics are checked. Autopilot is set. Altimeter is set. And that is the before taxi checklist complete. So let's get our taxi lights on and we can get underway here. I'll turn the music down. All right. Aspen traffic, citation CJ4 November 624 Zulu, taxiing to runway 33. Alright, I'm not going to bother with pushback here. We could just swing it round. Oh dear, it's frozen. There we go. I know it was cold, but come on now. Which airplane is it? It's a Cessna Citation CJ4. Get the QRH? I'm not going to lie, I'm not actually sure what the QRH is and why I would need that right now. Come on, get moving. Okie dokie, tuning, let's get a transponder on, and it'd probably help if I actually was on Unicom when I made my announcement. Aspen traffic, Cessna citation, CJ4, November 624, Zulu, taxiing to runway 33. Oh, quick reference handbook. Okay. Hot start on the left. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit. I can be a little bit slow at times. So yeah, you just got to be aware of that when you give me an emergency like that. I actually don't have. Sorry, I did actually get a QRH for emergencies in the CJ4. I think I actually downloaded one of those actually the other week, but I haven't looked at it yet. I downloaded it. I saw that I've got it. I saw that it was on this. Sorry, I saw that it was on this website. I downloaded it. I haven't read it yet, but I thought maybe that'll come in useful in the future. But Look at this. The left engine fire button doesn't even... It's in-up. So we'd be in deep trouble if that was the case. Alright, here we are. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Let's get our strobes and our landing lights on. Let's ping the passengers, make sure they're sat down.
Have your attention, please.
Switch this over.
On the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt
With a radar.
and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
Alright, so for takeoff checklist, ice protection system. There we go. We'll get the pitot heat and the full remit of anti-ice on. Alright. Seats are upright. Flaps are set. Speed brakes. Let me just check those because last time I took off with them up. Yes, I keep forgetting which one of these buttons are bound to speed brakes. Alright, trim is set. Crew briefing is complete. TCAS is TARA. Radar is as required. Go around button. We shall stick that one on. And pitot heat is on. Exterior lights as required. For takeoff checklist complete. Let's go underway then, people. Ben, thank you very much for the kind words, dude. Glad you're enjoying it. Glad you're enjoying it. Alright, so we've selected takeoff, toga mode. So our flight directors are up at 10 degrees now. So we'll just roll onto the runway and let it rip. Alright, and that's a pretty good lineup. Let's all the way to takeoff thrust. Takeoff thrust is set. And this thing accelerates so quickly. I'm never ready for V1 on this. Here we go. V1 and rotate. V2. V2 plus 10. Gear up. Flaps up. Start turning towards that heading as per the departure. 1,000 feet AGL. Go to the climb detents. Okay, and 9,100 feet. We can start our left turn. I think it was 9,100. Turn our landing lights off. Alright, cool. And we might as well just go direct to Linz here because we're climbing really well. Alright, so autopilot is on. Flight level change, 240 knots. LNAV. Don't really need VNAV, we'll just keep flight level change. And we are good to go. That was a pretty solid departure there. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Great stuff. Aspen traffic, Cessna citation, CJ4 November 624 Zulu is airborne, crossing flight level 157. sorry, 15,600 for flight level 360. I always forget the flight levels are much higher up in the US. And to be fair, in Europe, I always still get it the wrong way around. Takes alive, 40 knots, V1, rotate, positive rate, gear up. Yo, John, I need you in my cockpit, bro. I need you to give me the call-outs. Maybe you should join the Discord and do all the call-outs for the stream. Not gonna lie though, that was a pretty solid departure. Probably the most smooth departure I've done in the CJ4 actually. I find it's quite difficult, to be honest, in the CJ4 because it accelerates and climbs so quickly. Sometimes it just gets a little bit overwhelming. But yeah, I think we're good. We are climbing out here and we're looking good. Let's see, did we set an arrival? I believe we did. Anav 09 Zulu. Great stuff, cool. So it's calculated a top of descent for us, so we can use that, which is nice. Alright, beautiful stuff. We're still in the murk, it's still very, very cloudy here. Let's see what the weather's like in our destination in hang on, let me get my reference from John. Telluride. There we go. Let's get our weather report. So KTEX. So we've got calm winds again. 4 statute miles is the visibility. We've got minor snow showers and broken clouds at 3,400 feet. So basically got very low visibility again. So it's going to be interesting. So we shall see. But we do have an ANAV approach to follow this time. I mean, we did last time, to be fair. As soon as I followed that, we actually nailed it. But yeah, this time we've got a properly chartered ANAV approach. And in fact, let me just see if I can show you that ANAV approach for that last one. ANAV approach, Aspen. So I did actually read this article a little bit earlier on. So this is the ANAV into Aspen. Sorry, this is a lock DME, but this is the one where you need the special license for, I believe. So this is what it looks like when the weather's not shit, by the way. Pretty nice. This picture looks quite familiar, I think, from our last approach. So yeah, hats off to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, so this is the LOC DME runway 15. So this, I believe, is the actual chart. For some reason this doesn't show on Navigraph. Maybe it's an old chart, I don't know. But I believe this is the one where you need the special license to fly. So yeah, as you can see, it's slightly different. The descent angle is a little bit shallower. It's 4.55 degrees. But I think, like I say, if I remember correctly from reading this, it's because you have to sign some kind of waiver with regards to the oh, it has much lower minimums as well, which is good. But I believe it has some kind of waiver that you have to sign in terms of obstacle clearance. It doesn't have as much clearance as the other ones. So yeah, as you can see here on the notes, it says special authorization required, special aircrew training required, special aircraft performance required, 2 pilot operation required, dual VHF navigation for the back horse localizer. So yeah, that's the other one. It's obviously not the RNAV approach that we flew, but I imagine it's not too indifferent. The RNAV and the LOC DME are quite similar on the charts that you can find publicly. So yeah, that's that. So we're climbing out good here. We are slowly, well, pretty rapidly approaching our cruising altitude. Top of descent is not far away at all. Yeah, not far, about 25 miles until we start our descent, so should be a pretty rapid pretty rapid journey here. Light slow, light snow, yeah, I mean, we'll see when we get there. That's just the METAR, so, you know, end of the day, you know, the in-game weather might be wrong versus the real-world weather, so yeah, but it just says, you know, light snow showers, so we'll see. We shall see. I didn't read the full thing. So broken clouds at 3,400 feet above ground level, overcast at 4,500 above ground level, -1 degrees, altimeter 2985, and yeah, that's it really. Minimums are going to be 10,640, so let's get that set. I love that they amended this knob. It's actually brilliant. I've never been that happy about a knob in my life. Okay, that sounds really strange. Alright, so let's go performance, approach. Wind is calm, so we'll leave it at that. Temperature is -1, and the QNH is 29.85. We'll stick that in, and we shall... You can't change this yet, so we have to leave that off. And we shall send that over here. Doesn't display until you are at lower altitude, but it's there. You can actually check if you go refs. There you go, you can see they're set. So that is that. All sorted. Alright, great stuff. So we're approaching our top of descent. Let's drop our altitude selector to... We might as well just drop it to our final approach fix, which was 12.9. Now, I feel like for this approach, we might be able to use the approach mode button, but we will see. Turn VNav on as we approach the top of descent here. And we shall slow down a touch. And throttles all the way to idle as we intercept the top of descent here. Don't actually need hand cam on. Alright, let's make our way down. So I'll just thank some people for following and just ban this person on Twitch real quick. Goodbye. Alright, so Saya, Robbed, Nicholas, Tom, Ali, John, Alif, Brian, Miguel, Gregors, thank you very much everybody for the follows over on Facebook. Amdri, Zen, Assistants, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Thank you very much for the follow over on Twitch. Barry, Mohammed, Surya, Mario, John, Jamie, Ed, Anthony, James, and Dennis. Thank you all for the follows. Hope you all are doing fantastic, and I hope you're all having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream. And of course, happy Friday to everybody in the chat. If you've been working all week, hopefully you've got a bit of time off at the weekend. Yeah, Okay, so we have started our descent now. We are on the VNAV path, a little bit high, but let's just leave that, and we should eventually recapture that. But like I say, we might be able to use the approach mode this time for the final descent. So even if the visibility is terrible, we might just be able to just wing it. Might be able to just wing it because, you know, like John said, you know, there's people sat at the airport. They're early and they're waiting for us, so we need to get a move on here, don't we? Let's do a passenger brief. I don't know if I've ever used this landing one, actually. Let's see what it says.
Please turn off all portable electronic devices.
Oh, I have heard this one.
Secure luggage and loose articles. Return your seat to the upright and outboard position.
All right.
Extend your headrest.
Fair play, fair play.
And shoulder harness. After landing, please remain in your seat with your lap belt and shoulder
Now, we have
securely fastened
essentially cleared ourselves to an altitude here, so we might as well stick our barometer to... Oh, make sure that's cleared out as well. We'll stick our proper QNH in, which is 2985. At sea level QNH, should I say. And then just going to double check our legs page and make sure this is all correct. So to 12,900, we want that to be at 12,900, not above. So we're going to just remove that A there. And then we want to be getting to ETL VOR at 13,000. So we'll stick that in as well. And then runway 09, touchdown zone elevation is 9,038. So I mean that's pretty much right, but let's just change it because why not? And that is that. We've got our missed approach procedure in here as well. So we've got that right turn to make, and we are turning right, climbing to 15,000. So I mean there's no need to put that in there because if we don't make it, we'll just stay in the hold and climb to 15,000. So pretty simple and straightforward. Let's go on to... Oh, have we lost the VNAV path now? I think we may well have done. Something's gone wrong here. Oh no, we're catching it back up. It's just sort of, I think it's just diving a bit to try and recapture it. Probably because we changed these waypoints, so it's it's recalculated the vertical path, which is fine. No worries. Might be a little bit sketchy for the passengers in the back, but I'm okay. Yeah, I probably should have checked these altitudes before I started the descent. Essentially, that's my bad, but. Hey ho, still getting used to using VNAV all the time. I'm far more used to just calculating it manually, but the VNAV is here, so let's use it. Can you go over the difference between clicking VNAV and RNAV over and any other navs? I mean, so VNAV is basically like, I think that probably the best way to describe it is, it's like vertical autopilot, if that makes sense. So it calculates what height you need to be at and where. LNAV is lateral navigation, so L is lateral, V is vertical. LNAV is basically just your lateral navigation, so which heading you need to take, which track you need to fly, etc. So at the moment we are taking a right turn to the heading of 201, and that is our lateral course. And RNAV essentially is it's basically a combination of the two, from what I understand. So it will an RNAV term is usually used in conjunction with a procedure. Now I may be slightly off on this. I don't know if there's anyone out there that can probably give some better specifics on it, but essentially an RNAV, when the term RNAV is used, it's I believe it's referring to basically both. You need to have the capability in your aircraft to do both VNAV and LNAV, and essentially the procedures will have certain altitudes and a lateral path that you'll need to follow. There we go. John's probably said it better than me. Yeah, you navigate between navigation beacons. Got you. I thought, actually, having said that, now you say that, I thought RNAV was just waypoints. So waypoints are obviously just GPS coordinates in the sky, as opposed to where a navigation beacon is like a VOR or a NDB, etc. I think you probably might be better off Googling RNAV, Ramsey. I'm not that clear on it, so I can't really give the best explanation, but excuse me. I hope that helps anyway. Got you. Oh, here we go. Bruno's coming with the he's got the resources. Oh my god, that's a literal topic that says the difference between the three. ANAV is short for area navigation. In the old days, you would have to fly directly over the navigation nodes on the ground. Ah, okay, so my understanding was completely wrong. RNAV is also loosely used to describe any straight line navigation between like GPS as well as the old RNAV method too. Ah, okay, so it's like a mixture of the both then. Got you. Nice, that's a good link, that, Bruno. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll take a look at that one, Ramsey. Like I say, I mean, I can understand, the charts and whatnot, and I can fly the plane, but a lot of the acronyms and stuff, some of them are a little bit, I wouldn't say mysterious, but yeah, I'm probably not the best person to ask on every aspect. Okay, yeah, that last paragraph sums it up quite well, to be honest. RNAV is a method of navigation. LNAV, VNAV are subsystems of the autopilot system. Fantastic, nice. That's a really good post. That guy explains it so well. All right. Cool. So we are descending down here, pass through the transition level. Our rate of descent is starting to shallow out a bit here. So once we reach Echo Tango Lima here. We need to be at 13,000 feet. Well, we need to be at 13,000 essentially. Sending down then to 12,900. So almost level flight for a little while. So we'll use that period to slow down and get configured. You've got to know your 3-letter acronyms. I mean, the thing is with aviation, I've always found this quite fascinating actually. There's so many acronyms. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I've never come across something which has so many acronyms in my life. It's actually insane. All right, so we've got probably about 10 minutes to go. Yeah, just under 10 minutes. Let's get the seatbelt signs on, landing lights and logo lights on now, and yeah, let's start thinking about getting configured. As you can see, the visibility is pretty much nothing here, so we're just going to be looking at the instruments for the time being. Oh, you've been here for 2 hours already, Bruno. I didn't realise. I don't think I've seen you in the chat, but welcome either way. Oh, you can hear the rain coming in. Telluride traffic, Cessna citation, CJ4 November 624 Zulu on approach, runway 09. I don't think there's anyone near me really, to be honest, but it's worth throwing it out there. In fact, let's just find us and see if there is anyone actually close. I mean, there's an aircraft flying in this direction, but they're not close to us at all. Keeping a low profile, waiting for the FedEx delivery guy. PC arrives today. Oh, exciting. Amazing, dude. I love the anticipation of waiting for a new PC component. There's something about it, but I'm a pretty massive goon, so. All right.
Altitude.
Cool. So we're about to level off here. So we've got a pretty good speed actually, so we don't need to worry too much about rushing to slow down here. Damn, that rain though. Oof. I love the way the rain sounds in the cockpit here though. It sounds so realistic. It's just awesome. You can't see it on the windscreen though, unfortunately, which is a bit strange. Oh, you can see outside though on these windows. Okie dokie. So SEPMA here is our final approach fix. So let's start getting slowed down. We'll go for flaps 15. Yeah, there was ice, yeah. We've got the anti-ice on though, so that's all we can do really. I think the icing in this sim is pretty ridiculous. It's not too realistic, so I just ignore it for the most part. As long as you've got your anti-ice on, I feel like it's not that much of a big deal. Okie dokie, so let's press approach. Let's see if it, yeah, there we go. So we've got glide path, beautiful. Glide path is armed, so Once we pass through Sepma, that should capture the glide path and then descend us down. Alright, here we go, guys. Here we go. Alright, so glide path is captured. Crossing the wings can reduce lift by 30%. Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think it's just a visual thing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a bit weird. I tend not to worry about it as long as I've got the anti-ice on. I like it though. I like a good, you know, I like some good knowledge in my chat. Hey Bruno, thank you very much for the 100 stars. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, and for the kind words as well. Nice one, dude. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got some visibility. Oof. I can't see the runway though. I guess the runway is somewhere over here on this mesa right here. A little bit of snow on the ground, not too much. Over here especially. Thankfully our altimeter is properly set. I didn't double check it before we started down here. We should have really done that with it being an ANAV approach, but we are good. About to approach minimums, and I do not see the runway at all.
Minimums.
Alright, we're continuing, boys. We're continuing. We're not even at the missed approach point anyway. Missed approach point is literally at the runway, so we're just gonna ride it out. There's the runway, beautiful. We're a little bit low according to the Pappy, and in fact according to our glide path as well. So let's just. Only got 2 miles to go. Get the gear down. We're not. No, we're not. This is a different spot. All right, there we go. Flaps 35, and yeah, let's land this thing.
Autopilot.
Take the autopilot off. It's always so difficult to turn off the flight directors in this thing. Oof, that was fairly firm, but not too shabby, I don't think, considering we completely went off course when I was trying to turn the freaking flight directors off. But there we go, boom, and we are down. Let's probably apply the brakes. That'll probably be quite useful. What an approach that is, though. It looks so cool when you're coming in with that big drop off. Love it. All right, have we passed our turning point? I don't think we have. I think there's another turn at the end here that we can take. All right, beautiful. That wasn't quite the butter as the last landing, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I really need to work out if there's an easier way to turn the flight directors off in this thing. Because I always find myself, I'm hunting around, because what you have to do is, before you can actually turn the flight directors off, you have to turn off all the other modes that you've turned on, which is just so weird. You should just be able to turn the flight directors off. Like, for example, I had to turn off the approach mode and then turn off the flight directors, but yeah, it's very weird, but hey ho. We're down. Let's turn the wing anti-ice off. And the pitot heat. Taxi lights are on. Strobe lights can come off as well. But yeah, John, unfortunately not greased. Al, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, we made it. Beautiful. Yeah, I love this airport. It's such a cool airport. Like, look at the surrounding area. It's just insane. Like, it's a pretty long runway as well, which is quite nice. But yeah, what a place, man. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, not quite greased. I'm a bit sad about that, I'm not gonna lie, because I tend to do much better landings than that in this aircraft. But hey ho, you've got to have one in a while. It still wasn't too bad, I guess. Alright, where are we gonna park? Shall we just park next to this other CJ4? John, yeah, pleasure having you. Thank you very much for tuning in, brother. I'll hopefully catch you in the next one. Take it easy, man. Yeah, let's park next to this other private jet here, just in front of the main building. I don't think it's a big issue, really. I mean, I think you're supposed to park over here, but we want to park by this the main building here. We don't want to let our private jet passengers have to walk now in the snow. We just come in at an angle. We will stay well away from their wings. There we go. Okay, taxi lights off. Both engines can now come off. I don't think we'll be able to get a power supply here. Let's put the avionics to dispatch. Whoa. There we go. Beacon light off, and here we are. Welcome to Telluride. Parking brake on as well. And look at that. Beautiful. This is, again, one of the Asobo handcrafted airports. And, yeah, it's pretty cool. I love how they've put the signage in there. A bit more personality, isn't it, to the actual airport. And this is exactly what the real airport looks like. I looked at some photos of it before I actually did this stream today. And, yeah, it just looks exactly like this. It's really, really good. Yeah, I'm big fan. I'm just going to have a quick look around this airport. But that is going to be the last flight for today. A little bit of a shorter stream today, but unfortunately I don't quite have as much time as I'd like. I was originally going to do a much longer one from the morning, but the UK update, it never came. So, yeah, we're just going to have to do with this for now. So, on Sunday, what we'll be doing is we're going to do a long haul flight on Sunday. We're going to be flying from Islamabad, which is one of the scenery airports that we downloaded fairly recently. Really, really cool one. They're doing an event on VATSIM on Sunday. They're doing a sort of a shuttle between Islamabad and Abu Dhabi. So we're not going to fly into Abu Dhabi because there's no airport scenery for it, unfortunately. Because you know, if we're on VATSIM, we kind of want some scenery so that... What is this? We want some scenery so that we've got the correct taxiways and stuff. So I'm not going to go to Abu Dhabi, if I can say it right, Abu Dhabi. But instead, we're just gonna go to Dubai. So basically next door to Abu Dhabi, and there'll still be likely full ATC coverage the whole way. So it'll be going from, like I say, from Islamabad to Dubai, full ATC coverage, and it should be really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. It's been a while since we've done a long haul. Although I guess it's probably more like a medium haul, isn't it? Look at that approach right there. That's crazy. So, yeah, we're going to do... Islamabad to Abu Dhabi on Sunday. I'm debating using the 787 potentially because I feel like I've figured out what the issue was. I know last time we had a lot of issues with it when we were trying to land, and I feel like I might have figured it out, and I think it's basically due to the fact that the flaps 30 setting is broken. Flaps 25 apparently is not as problematic. But again, I don't know if I really want to do a flight on VATSIM with the 787 because it's in so many other ways it's a little bit handicapped. So I think we'll do the A320 on Sunday. It is actually a real flight that is done between Islamabad and Dubai in an A320. Pakistan International Airlines do it. So we'll get their livery out and we'll recreate that flight, I think, with full ATC. So that should be pretty cool. Looking forward to that. And then on Tuesday next week, the UK update should come out. So yeah, really looking forward to that. A couple of things. I might do a late stream on Tuesday. I might do a late stream for the update, maybe. But if not, we'll be doing a big stream on the Wednesday. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I hope you all enjoyed the stream today. And I just can't get enough of this screenshot right here. I'm gonna have to save this. I think I might have to. I don't know. I want to get some kind of screenshot with an aircraft coming in here. Anyway, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I will catch you all in the next one. Thank you very much for all the support today. Everybody who dropped by, Lack, thank you very much for dropping by as always. Ramsey, John, Adam, Brian, Al, Mal, everybody in the chat, thank you very much for dropping by. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Who else have we got? Manlai, Alif, thank you very much. Jerome, Rob, Vimal, and James, thank you very much all for tuning in. Thanks for all the follows and the love today. Thank you for all the stars. And yeah, everybody, thank you so much. I hope you guys have enjoyed once again. And hopefully catch you all on Sunday, where, like I say, we are going to be doing a bit of a long hauler from Islamabad to Dubai. I'll see you then. Take it easy.